be introducing the convener, Dr. Richie Adewusi. Dr. Adewusi is a seasoned author, cultural advocate, and the founder of Nostalgia Media, the Wazobia Plus Center Canada, and several other impactful initiatives dedicated to preserving our cultural heritage, as well as amplifying artistic voices and works. More than just an industry figure, in the 80s and 90s in Nigeria, he was also once the publicist and close friend of Majek Fashek, the trailblazer we're celebrating today. Their relationship spanned decades, rooted not just in professional collaboration, but in deep personal friendship, trust, and shared vision. Dr. Adewusi's work, both in media and activism, has played a critical role in keeping the memory and message of Majek Fashek alive. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Richie Adewusi.
Thank you so very much, also Sayuki, for that introduction. It's an honor, it's a pleasure, it's a privilege to be with us here today. And I particularly am grateful for everyone who have, found time to join us in this inaugural edition of this symposium, annual symposium, I should say. I want to start by, first thanking my team members, the young people you are seeing. They have been, with others, very pivotal in making it possible for us to be here today to talk about the things we're going to talk about, especially myself. I find it funny when people say, oh, I'm a self-made man or I'm a self-made woman. Those people oftentimes are not being sincere and don't really know what they're talking about. All of us have people who have pushed us, egged us on in one way or the other in our life's journeys to get to the places where we are. I guess those people also give back to themselves since they are self-made individuals, are we? Good, but that's not the case. Without digressing, I feel very humbled by the wave of support we've received in the course of planning the symposium. Humbled in the sense that in a climate where people oftentimes think about what is in it for them for getting involved in certain things. Not a single individual involved in this event have made any demands whatsoever in becoming parts or playing the roles that they are about to play in this. And I guess there's a reason for that. It's not me. That reason is not me. Okay? That reason is the person on whose account we have all gathered here. Majek was a giver. And I make bold to say that. Majek was a giver in many ways, in many forms. He gave and gave and gave and gave. And so I'm not surprised that people gather here to come to honor him, commemorate him. So this symposium is established as a memorial, as an annual memorial for Majek Fashek. I am not going to be making any long, protracted speeches about Majek. I have come here to listen to others talk about Majek really. And the reason for that is I have written 3 volumes about Majek. So I have had a lot to say, and I also don't want to get to speak on behalf of some other people that I know their opinions and know their views about Majek. And I'm talking really unfiltered in the spectrums of the good, the bad, the ugly. All of us have our opinions. But I will say this here on this forum, this symposium. Majek represented and still represents some voices, some cravings, some aspirations. Those voices, those cravings, those aspirations are still with us here, will still remain even when all of us on this call are no longer here. Why was that possible? Majek had a mission. He had a message. I dare say messages that he put across that actually ultimately cost him his life. Because Majek went into a terrain that was not ready for any message. He had his own personal flaws like the rest of us. But ultimately, Majek went the way of some of the greats that were before him that carried messages which the world was not ready for. Both the world and those who were running and controlling the world were not ready for. And of course, directly and indirectly, they say the rest is history. Now, we have a new generation of artists. I'm a Nigerian. I mean, first and foremost, I'm a Nigerian by birth. I'm a proud Nigerian. I remain a proud Nigerian. We have a bouquet, cocktail, army, horde, whatever. Find your own nomenclature to describe the army of talents we have in Nigeria with. Most have gone through the challenges that Majek went through and left the scene silently because, well, nobody really knew them. And that is why we are talking today about the challenges of stardom. Majek became, the challenges he had became accentuated, became headline news in whatever medium or media because of who he grew to be. Today, as I speak, we have Nigerian artists, talents, who have gone through what Majek went through. We have those who are still going through right now, regardless of that, how big their names are today, who are going through the same challenges that Majek went through silently. How do I know this? At the height of Majek's fame, Majek was telling all of us his problems, nobody was listening. He was singing about his challenges. Go and listen to I'm Not Tired. There are many songs. I can, take more of our time by going into each of them to say, go and listen to this, go and listen to that. Go and listen to the lyrics of Majek's songs. You will find out that Majek was telling us what he was going through. But then he had one focus, one source that he vocalized to us, to our hearing. That was his confidence. When he said, give me the power to carry on the work, he wasn't talking to the government of the day. He wasn't talking to his family. He wasn't talking to his friends. He was talking to an entity that he had identified as overall, as sovereign. Whatever then happened between him and that entity is only up to him, just like the rest of us. So if Majek had a message, mission, vision, not money, you will hear him go back and read some of his interviews in those days. He said, look, I'm not a commercial musician. I was close enough to know. I wrote about it myself. I'm not a commercial musician. I am a musician with a message. True. I have written about that, about those, and that's why I say I'm not going into the messaging issue. My concern now is about today and tomorrow. Majek has done his work. He has gone. But we remember him today and we will keep remembering him. But what about the ones who are making waves there today? They are selling messages that are endorsed by others. The culture capture of the Nigerian space, when I say space, I mean entities, tribes, whatever. The culture capture is complete. Complete. We had artists who were specific about who we are. Now we don't know who we are anymore. We are money. We are nudity. We are all sorts of ludicrous concepts. And our children are watching. They are buying into this. And then the question would be, where would we find the kinds of Majek anymore? The kinds of kimono? The kinds of fella? Where are they going to come from? When we have been bought over completely by the commercial clegg lights. So I am not going to preempt the speakers. I just invited all of us here to look at these issues and then profile our own solutions or suggestions. Looking at the life of Majek Fashek, my friend, my brother, my client, and many more. I thank you for listening to me. I now would sit back and enjoy listening to you all. Welcome.
Think you know Majek Fashek? Think again. You've heard the music. Now hear the truth. Majek Fashek didn't just rise. He erupted. But behind the fame, the fire, and the mystique is a story the world barely knows. Told by Richie Adewusi, someone who walked beside him for years as his publicist and close friend, this is the real journey, the only authentic documentation of Majek Fashek's early life and times. Majek Fashek, TRAILBLAZER, first published in 1989, now re-released in a bold second edition, available in paperback, hardbound, ebook, and audiobook. Get your copy now at your favorite online store.
I want to introduce, well, I think I didn't mention his name in passing. You know, I mentioned his name with intention first. I know there are a whole lot of other prayerful people here, a lot of prayer warriors, and you know, but Amos McRoy Jeg, please permit me to start with that. I apologize, but let me start with that. Amos McRoy Jeg, Pastor Amos McRoy Osifo now. I don't flatter people. I don't flatter. was always a very likable person. When everybody was losing their heads in those days, Amos would, but if Amos vex, when he finally vex, I'm sorry for those watching us from across the world who don't understand Nigerian pidgin English. Don't worry, we'll do a lot of that today, mixing things up. So I've seen very few people play the bass guitar the way Amos plays the bass guitar. Very few. I know a little bit about people. I follow people behind. The people that I really admire, Laborel, you know, the Hosanna Music, the guy who for a number of years played that. And a young man that, you know, took after Amos in the Prisoner of Conscience band, Tayo. Unfortunately, he was not able to join us here today. But I'll leave Amos to talk for himself. He's not going to talk about his guitar playing. He's free to talk about it if he wants to. So it's my pleasure to invite Amos McRoy Osifo, Majek Fashek's cousin that most people didn't know about, that they were cousins, to deliver his speech. Thank you.
Yeah, my brother Richie, thank you so very much. You are more than a brother to me. You are more than a brother to Majek Fashek, because you went through both the thick and thin with us back in the days. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Like my brother, Dr. Richie rightly said, my name is Amos McRoy. Those who knew me in the past knew me as Amos McRoy Jeg, but today I'm known as Amos McRoy Osifo. Now, talking about Majek Fashek, he is somebody I can't really put a date on to say this is when I knew him. Why? Because we grew up as toddlers to adulthood, being cousins, being brothers, brought up in the same vicinity, in the same environment. We were always in the same church, in the church together. So I would say Majek is someone I've known right from birth. Now, Majek's case is a very peculiar case, so to say. First of all, let me say, I hate referring to him in past tense because he might not be here with us physically, but in his music, he's ever present with us. In his vision, in his philosophies, he's always present with us. So that's why I hate referring to him with past tense. I always use is instead of was when I'm talking about Majek. Majek was one person from childhood who knew that he was born to be a musician. For instance, we both joined the church choir at a very tender age. Majek, as we called him while growing up, discovered himself quite early in life and vigorously worked towards actualizing his purpose here on earth. With his inner awareness and self-realization of his purpose on earth and knowing that time was of essence, he raced against time, so to say. I said he raced against time. Let me explain that. What I mean by him racing against time. Back in 1985, we were both working at Tabansi Records. He was in the Lagos office at Oregon Road. I was posted to the Onitsha office. And frequently, he will always come to visit me in Onitsha. In one of those visits, we were discussing one night from the blues. He just said, Amos, me, I no go live long ago. Amos, I won't last. I was like, what sort of rubbish are you vomiting? My friend, stop that nonsense. And we laughed over it. But later he repeated it again, and I looked at him. I said, you didn't drink. So where is this coming from? If we had gone out and you are taking anything, then also let me say, as at that time, Majek was only drinking water, not even soft drink, not even soda. And then also, he was a vegetarian. So I was like, where is this statement coming from? But it was later I got to understand that he knew who he was. He knew what he came to do. He knew what his mission and his purpose on earth is. And he worked towards actualizing it vigorously. And to the glory of God, he attained the height anyone could dream of. Now, talking about challenges of stardom, life has taught me that we all face various degrees of challenges in life. And because life is structured like a pyramid, those who find themselves at the top or the peak of the pyramid are exposed to the view of the whole world. So whatever their challenges are in the public domain, unlike those that are the lower echelon of the pyramid, who have other parts of the pyramid shading them or covering them from the view of other people. And Majek happened to have worked his way through the level of success he attained to the top of the pyramid. That is why whatever challenge he faced in life was known by all or was in the public domain. That wasn't peculiar to him. Also, permit me to say, just like every one of us, and like my brother, Dr. Richie Adewusi has earlier mentioned, he was human. So he made mistakes here and there, just like each and every one of us. No one is perfect. And because of the kind of person, the kind of heart he has, that drew a lot of people to him. And unfortunately, a lot of these people came with different intentions and for different reasons. Some of the reasons were not so good. And a lot of people took advantage of his kind-heartedness. A lot of people took advantage of Majek's kind-heartedness. Then there were a lot of wrong advices also for selfish reasons by a lot of people, which made him take certain decisions that eventually were not in his favor. And unfortunately, some of these people were not random people that he just met on the street. They were family members. One battle Majek fought all through his life that a lot of people might not be aware of or were not aware of. He had this pain within, which was caused by the infighting amongst the family, all because of him, everybody wanting to take control of his life, everybody wanting to be in charge of Majek's life. So there was this constant infighting amongst the family, and this was a big pain in Majek's heart till he took his last breath. A lot of people didn't know this. Like I said earlier, his case was peculiar because of the kind of person he was. He was kind-hearted, jovial. There was never a dull moment with Majek. Never a dull moment with Majek. He would crack your ribs with jokes and all that, playful. He had the heart of a baby. Majek had the heart of a baby. He could get angry now for any reason, and in the next few minutes, he's gotten over it. He is one person I knew that never kept anything to heart. You could quarrel, you could argue, and all of that. In the next minute, he's coming to you like a baby. He has moved on from it. He never kept anything to heart. like I said earlier, he had this pain that he fought or lived with all through his life from the moment success came in due to the infighting amongst his family members because everyone wanted to be in charge of his affairs. Even though that those that knew nothing about what he was doing, that had no real knowledge on how to manage his career, wanted to be in charge, wanted to be the manager and all that. I strongly believe, and I always tell anyone who cares to listen, that if as a man you are lucky to be blessed by a good mother and a good wife, 70% of your life battle is won. Dr. Richie, you are laughing. If as a man you are blessed by a good mother and a good wife, believe me, 70% of your life battle is won. I really don't want to say much so that other speakers will have time to speak. If I want to talk about my brother, Majek, I can spend a week talking. They permit me to stop here by saying that Majek came, he saw, he conquered, and left his footprint on the sand of time. And there is no time the annals of Nigerian music will be written that his name will not be mentioned. Thank you so very much. God bless us all.
Majek Fashek, a man whose music carried the weight of a nation's soul. Richie Adewusi, the friend who stood beside him, even as their paths led into very different storms. While Majek wrestled with fame, addiction, and abandonment in the spotlight, Richie was fighting his own spiritual battles in silence, betrayed by some people he trusted inside the Redeemed Christian Church of God. Two different battles, one unbreakable bond. Want to know the full story? Get Richie Adewusi's latest book, Promise Kept, My Friend Majek Fashek and I, a raw, unfiltered narrative of music, manipulation, faith, and the kind of friendship that survives it all. Get volumes 1 and 2 now
At your favorite online store.
And I don't want us to be selfish on this symposium, because there are those who are with us on this symposium who are not listed to speak, as it were, but they are here now. So if you want to make a comment, please just go to reactions, and then you can raise your hand so that we can call you. Even if it's a previous speaker that wants to respond to anything that has been said in the course of the program, please go ahead. Okay, Black, let me go ahead, Black. I'm going to unmute yourself. Go ahead, Black.
Yeah, thank you very much, Doctor. I've not met you really and truly, and I'm very impressed with the job you're doing. I want to congratulate Charles for the job he's done too with Majek. I call him Majek, you know. I'm going to call him Majek Fashek. You know, that's my dude. It's one guy I will never leave behind. Wherever we are or wherever we've been to, he's always by me. Most times I say, well, who pay for two people won't pay. Who won't pay? I say, I won't pay, Majek won't pay. You know? So what I want to do is that I'm trying to do something in Benin. Kind of foundation, not really for, it's a Jastix foundation, because I call everybody Jastix, Amos, Jastix, Majek, Jastix Rise, Jastix, all the Jastix people, you know. So we're trying to do something in Benin. And because when we're doing something now, we go to Kimono's burial place, we have a place to settle down, relax with brethren. I want to create something for Majek in Benin. Like I'm trying to reach out to the son, if you can, you know, get some of his material to create a memorial for him in one place in Benin. Because we went to Benin together severally. But this particular day, we went to a place off Sakoba Road. I got a property there. and I want to try to do something there for Majek. You know, it's a kind of foundation for all the brethren that are living and gone. You know, me say those who gone already, and those who are here stand steady and rock steady. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm trying to do. You know, so if anybody want to be a part of it, we can work together. I know Charles has been a good brethren. He's been around and he knows what we are doing too, in a way. So, yeah, you know, a lot of things have gone under there. A lot of water gone under the bridge, you know. So I will give thanks to Ayiri. He took us to Abuja for rehabilitation, you know, on that period. You know, but he too couldn't follow up. You see, Majek Fashek is some very complicated person. If you don't know him, you fall for him. A lot of people don't know Majek. They just follow him. They love him because he's good voice, handsome boy, you know, jovial boy. But then, behind that thing, he needs to be cautioned and tailored and really groomed because if you allow him to go freely like that, it's a cannon. It's a gunpowder. It can explode anytime, you know. But people don't know that. People don't know that. Sometimes he will ask me, "Black Rice, are you my father?" I said, "I'm not your father, but I'm here to just guide and watch you do things right. That's why I'm here. I'm not your father." You know. So yeah, a lot of people made a lot of mistakes. They allow him to go freely. Once you give him a free hand like that, he's gone. You know. So please, if we can get together and do something, a kind of a place for him. I know he bought a property, land somewhere up here. I don't know exactly where that place is. One of the sisters didn't show me. That was where he buried his mother, on that property, but I don't know where it is because they couldn't show me that time, you know. And one commissioner,
Your
Elizabeth,
dread, I
one
think
sister like that, she's very nice.
his land is on Ekenwa Road, off Ekenwa Road.
Okay. So those are the things we want to do. Either we do it there by the land there, or we do it at my property. I don't have qualms over it. Everything is just for a minute. Who's going to take care of it? Just that's why it's a foundation. You know, people take over and run it because we are not here forever. You know, Majek has always told me, I don't want to die in Europe. I don't want to die overseas. I don't want to die abroad. But then he died and buried there. So we want to try to bring some of his things and bury them here too, because you know, we go. That's what happened to Ovorawe. You know, he died in Calabar, but we have to take some of his properties, the head, back to Benin and be buried there because that's it. You are my brother. So we don't want him to be lost overseas. We want to bring some of his things and have a memorial here for him in Nigeria. You know, that's what I just want to chip in.
Thank you so very much, Black Rice. I can see Tony's hand up. Dr. Onyema, could you go ahead? When you are done, I have a response for Black Rice. Okay, so Tony, go ahead.
Yeah, thank you, Black Rice, for that submission. I needed to ask. My intervention I would like everybody, Dr. Richie, Amos, Black Rice, and Charles, all of you. This question I'm about to ask affects you. Send Down the Rain is an iconic song that is like Michael Jackson's Thriller. You know, what can be done to preserve that song? Is there anything that can be done, particularly Charles, that is a label owner? I don't know whether he's still in that line of business now. Is there something that can be done? For me, I think Send Down the Rain and some other hits, like I said, Let the Righteous Rule Over the World, for me is the best. This is the best of Majek. You know, in short, what can be done of all those songs? What can we do with all those songs? And is there anybody in charge now, particularly with the streaming business everywhere? That's what I want to ask.
All right, let me just quickly answer that. Sorry, you may not see me. You may not see my face in the picture.
Go
right
ahead.
now.
We can hear your voice. Go ahead.
Yeah. So I think there's a generational gap. It's only the millennials that will really remember Majek now, and maybe a little bit of the Gen Zs. But thankfully, there is AI now. AI is coming. AI is changing a lot of things, especially in terms of interpretation of videos, music videos, and all that. I guess in the next couple of years, and I'm suggesting that to Majek's estate, probably will send this to his sons, his children, his estate. You might be able to do AI-generated images, music videos of his song, of the Send Down the Rain, and put it out there on YouTube so that it can be there as, a new interpretation for a new generation. Because the song is a classic, but the way the world is moving, the Gen Zs, the Gen Alphas that are coming behind too as well, they'll forget everybody in the next 10 years. But if you give them something that is generated to keep their minds in line with the technological advancement as it is, then that access would become. So is the Majek's estate. I mean, when I was managing Majek, he gave me the rights to do his movie. I'd done the credit and all that, but it never took off, So there are things that can bring his legacy, just what Uncle Black Rice is saying right now about pushing the Jastix Foundation and all that. Those are the things that, because I know that whatever it is, the world is a turning wheel. In another 20, 30, 40, 50 years, people will go back, they'll go retro again. What were the hits of one time in 90? What were this, and then they'll start looking at the history and all that. So for you to have that recency, as I'll call it, or in the minds of the new generation that's coming, we can work with the technology. So just to pass this across, Dr. Rich, if you are, to Majek's estate, that they can start working on AI interpretations of Majek's videos, because it will push him into a new, into the minds of the new generation, as it were. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr.
Can I say
could
something?
see Amos McRoy was raising his hand. Go ahead.
Yes. Okay. And to add to what Chasnovia has said, and to also directly answer what Tony Oyema is asking, there will be a little problem as regards redoing Send Down the Rain. Why? Because against the international norm, Tabasi was able to trick all of us who were artists on that label, and somehow the record company owns the perpetual right to all the songs, all the jobs that were released under Tabasi. So to be able to do that and release outside Tabasi might be very difficult because of the contract. They own the perpetual right to all those songs. Felix Liberty, GDOB, myself, and the Showman, Majek, later Obi Nwako, name them, all the artists, Bonnie Mark, everybody. Tabasi Records owns the perpetual right to all the jobs that were released under that label.
Well, McRoy, I'm sure that I'm not a lawyer, okay? I'm just an activist at the closest, okay? But I know that for every law, there are underbellies, okay? For everything that are underbellies. One of the underbellies could be What would anybody lose by working with Abansi? What? You understand? So why would anybody lose? I mean, his estate, just like Charles has said now, what would they lose by working with Tabansi to, okay, you know, try to do so? That's one. The other thing here is, I don't think that perpetual rights stops any. Majek did the redemption song. It didn't break any laws, right? Who owned the redemption song originally?
Bob Marley.
Good. So
Yeah.
it's just like Charles has said, there has to be something, there has to be a buy-in for this generation, okay? There has to be a buy-in. And he mentioned a very important one that could work. If the people managing Majek's estate are thinking at all about what we're not here, we said this is a think tank for the industry, really. Okay, we're using Majek as a canvas for what we're doing here today and what we'll continue to do every 1st of June going forward. Now, this generation, if any one of them finds any of the songs interesting and decides to do a remake of it in their own ways, okay, I'm not sure that whoever is, does Tabansi Records still exist?
Somehow.
No, what I mean, that question is not that they are not relevant. Don't misunderstand me.
Yes.
However they exist now, they are not making money. Okay?
They are not.
If we want to talk money now.
Yes.
Wherever they exist now, they are not making money. If somebody is serious enough, gets the right structures and ingredients and all of that, and creates something and goes into partnership with them, it will be a win-win situation. All I'm interested in is Majek's name. Don't ask me to say, Richie, why don't you go and do the mix? I won't. Somebody is probably listening to us from behind the curtains on this symposium, either on YouTube or wherever. He said, Richie, leave me, let me just, I will embarrass him, I will mention his name. Because somebody else too has mentioned his name here. I'm not the first person that mentioned his name here. Charles Novia mentioned his name here. It's RMD. RMD said, Richie, just leave me, let me, don't worry, I will participate from behind. Why I brought RMD in here is, in 1990, I shared this story inside Promise Kept, my friend Majek Fashek and I was in a ride with RMD from Adeni Jones to his late wife's office then at Oshope Plaza. And he said, Richie, come. I was sharing the ideas of Youth Aid Festival with him, okay? In short, in the brochure of that festival, RMD is still listed as a guest poet inside it. That brochure is still here with me. Yeah, I'm looking at it here. RMD now asked me a question. He said, Richie, look, with all this things you are doing, you should start your own recording label. I said, excuse me, sir, what you say? I'm not interested in recording. You see, we must know things we are interested in and with things. Me, I'm a book person and I'm still writing and I'm still going to continue to write. So there will be those who are, thankfully Charles is here. So Charles, don't push it to anybody else. Okay? You've done it before, you can still do it, okay? If our collective interest here is to immortalize in a human term, please don't misunderstand me, in our own little mortal ways, this individual that we have all said in different ways here have made sense to that space called Nigeria and beyond. Okay, we would, I've never, I don't want to say that because I don't want to go into any negativities about this. My thing about Majek has never been about money. And I was happy when you mentioned it, Charles, about I knew you can't be lying. I know. And that thing he told you That thing he told you was not a joke. At least you eventually found out that it's not a joke, but they will come after you. I know that. I know it as a truth myself. Okay? So, please.
Richie, is it because they came after you too?
Big time. Have they stopped? Have they stopped? Ask my team, ask my staff here, even planning for this. You know, but then we cannot. There's a proverb where my mother comes from. Ask Nane, you don't, because people are going to die and you say there will not be war. People will die at wars now. So what? Eh? Besides, right now, this is an official event, but then we are still who we are. We still talk the way we need to address ourselves. So, Charles, I really, I'm in for number one. One or two persons have mentioned his family, his estate. Why are they not here? They are bruised. Those young men, they're not so young again anyway, but there's so much negativity. They don't know who to trust. Okay? So I'm not against their not being here. I understand. I know what it means to be brutalized emotionally. Okay? So getting them, it's more like they decided to just move on their own life, do their own thing and all that. But unfortunately, Majek is their father. Majek is, they don't have exclusive rights to, I'm talking about the persona of Majek. I'm not talking about property now, please. We all have an interest in this person and we mean well. Okay, we mean well. I have lost more money. I have perpetually lost money over Majek. So it's not money. It's not money. When you read Promise Kept, so it wasn't always, and we did not really part ways on friendly terms. Majek, McRoy, you know.
Very well.
So it will be surprising to anybody that we continued over those years. For myself, I didn't fight it. Majek himself, he didn't fight it. So the issue of, oh, he's an easy soul and he lived it. And he gave me a big burden. Tell my story. And that's what I'm doing. Oh. That's what I'm doing. A lot of people have asked me some of the questions that have come up here. Why are you doing? Who still remembers this person? I reproduce one of such comments on the back of the republished TRAILBLAZER that got released again today. I'm not releasing books on Majek. Oh, I'm going to make money off I have 16 other books. Please, I'm not making, this is not make mouth program, but I'm just saying, but I had the burden of keeping that promise and keeping it well. And to say how well I kept it, Tony is here. He's still here with us. I'm sure when he read the manuscript of that book, I'm sure there are things he will be shocking to him in it. Because in order to let the world know some of the things that Majek went through, I told my own story. McRoy talked about wife and mother. McRoy, even yourself, you don't even know how deep that thing you meant. You don't understand it.
Don't think so.
you don't, because you've not lived it. I have lived it. Well, sorry, let me not conclude that you have not. I don't know.
I understand you. I understand your point.
Okay, but in spite of it, I look back and say, wow, is this what this guy was talking about? Okay, so please let me not digress. Dr. Tony asked a question. You have tried to answer. Charles has tried to answer. Technology can help. Partnerships would certainly help. It's not one, even if Tabansi didn't own perpetual rights, okay? there are still some technical things that have to be unpacked. For me, the biggest unpacking is not even Tabansi. The biggest unpacking is his family, his immediate family. Okay? They're switched off from, this side of society. It's like they don't want to have anything to do or say because they do not know who to trust. The trust issue has come up severally in this symposium. The issue of living in the clear light, if you're a star or anybody associated with a star, has been talked about in this, and they are real. That is the load those young men are carrying, and I understand them. Initially, it was like, okay, get angry. I said, no, why? No. Okay, we do this, but if it's at their own time, but beyond them, there are still partnerships that can be formed, that can be forged. Amos, you are still within the industry. You people just ended up a mega jam over the weekend. Okay? New stars, new talents. Encourage new talents to remix Majek's songs. That's one of the best ways to get this generation to buy into it. Encourage them to remix Majek's songs in their own idioms and credit him. Okay, there's no need to reinvent the wheel. But like I said at the beginning, at the top of this program, this generation has no message and not interested in messages. There's only one message they're interested in, two actually: money and obscenity. Okay? And both of which Majek did not represent. So, Charles, don't run away. Let us, we are talking about...
I will have to leave very soon.
All of us. Remember, I said we're ending in 15 minutes. All of us were ending. But let us leave here with, this is more like a recommendation. This is more like a community. This is more like, okay, what did we leave here? One of the things I can tell you is this time next year, we would have this symposium again, and the theme would be religion, not politics. It's not my song. Majek sang it. I will call people again to come and speak to the issues raised in that song by him, not me. Okay? And the sub-theme is the impact of those two, well, institutions or concepts, depending on who is speaking, the impact it has on the socioeconomic well-being of societies, not just the Nigerian society, societies globally. Okay? So please, we can talk about maybe phone chats, WhatsApp messaging, and all of that. Let us not end this with this symposium today. Okay? If it's okay, we can agree to continue to talk. The other announcement I need to make here is I'm going to be harassing some of you. Yes, so on this call to be on the technical advisory board for this symposium. It's my headache, but at the same time, am I the one that did all the talking here today? Am I Majek? No. Do I have exclusive right, like Taban Siabi, over Majek? No. Okay. Okay. So I'm going to be inviting some of you to be on the technical advisory board for this particular symposium, because it's not always my own. I don't do things like that. Okay. So I don't know if Tony, did we manage to, answer your question? And Black, the idea for the memorial in Benin is a wonderful one. It's a fantastic one. Okay? We are not idolizing Majek. We are not making him a god. So we are not saying, oh, okay, this is a place of, what do you call it in religion? Pilgrimage, Abi? No. It's just a place to go remember this guy, maybe a day like this, people who are around there have something to do there. So a fantastic idea. I mean, so whenever you shoot off, let me know if there's any role, anything you want me to do about it. I mean, okay? I mean, all right?
Thank you, brother. Thank you. I'm impressed.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Bless.
Well, everybody is keeping quiet. It means everybody is tired and hungry. And unfortunately, it's not my fault too. This is virtual. So I can't send you people Coke or meat pie over the internet. so sorry that, you know, we've been here 3 hours, almost 3 hours and 30 minutes. Okay. I'm going to be calling on Miss Natalie to help us to say the closing remarks so we can be on our way. I appreciate everybody. Since I don't see any hands up, Mike, I see you. Thank you for coming. Shadolo, I see you.
You're welcome.
Why you no one talk before now?
Bros.
No, why you no one talk? You know, fair
Bros,
now.
you people have said it all.
We can, no. Even if we say it all, refresh the one that was said. Eh?
Well, I was just learning. Like Charles was saying, you know, I cannot, I'm not in a position to
show
talk
your
so
face.
much.
Show your face. Show your face.
I'm not in a position to talk so much about Majek. You know, where bros, big bros like them, Amos and Black, you know, they grew up together and they know everything about Majek. So we just come and listen to them and learn from them. Yes, of course, on my way, I knew them way back when they were in Anthony Village. I actually went to a school in Anthony Village. So way back then when we were making demos, Bros Amos, George, I think Majek, they were all involved in making demos for us way back then. And the late OC Dinner, so rest in peace. You know, so they are great men, great men. And you know, our country, we forget so easily. We forget our heroes. It's really sad. What you are doing is awesome, really. Because what you are doing is not done here. It's not done in Nigeria. Can you imagine people like Sonny Okusus? Nobody talks about them. Great people like Majek. If not for you, nobody will be talking about Majek. So just for me to learn, you know, and I must say I've learned a lot. My attention span is very, very short, but I just had to stay put and I'm better for it.
Thank you so much, Mike. Thank you,
sir. All the guys here, all the legends here. Thank you, and thank you, Dr. Richie. You're awesome.
Thank you, Mike. No, push me enter the thing. Sure, you remember, don't forget how it happened.
Yeah.
So, okay. So we'll call, thank you, everybody. I'm not the one saying thank you, but I will call the one. I see someone who says Mama's A10. I see Doris Osowa. I know they don't want to talk. They don't even want to say hello to us, but we say hello. Shadolo is joined us all the way from the UK and made efforts to get on today. I don't know why she doesn't want to have her voice heard. Okay, and I appreciate everybody. There's another Samsung SM one thing here. You know, there are phone details that are not names, not numbers, so it's difficult to say who they are. Okay, but me, I'm Richie Adewusi. I'm still okay. Tony is back to hear the bye-bye. All right. So, you know, please, Charles has left, but Amos, please, McRoy, we need to agree on 2 key issue areas: the suggestion of Black, and then the issue that Dr. Tony Onyema raised about remaking Majek's songs. Okay, You are in the music industry, you own a studio, we can engineer young people to remix his songs. Nobody is going to come and sue anybody or whatever, so long as credits are given. That's in short for me.
Okay, beyond that, beyond giving credit nowadays, you must what Uncle Bro Amos said is on point. It's beyond.
No, I didn't say he's not on point. People have problems with these things because they don't want to share money. People are greedy.
You have to go through the right channel to get permission.
Of course, I have already said that. Is there anything wrong with going to Tabansi? I said so.
And the kind of, if you want to create, make money from Majek, you have to work with the artists that are trending today. The ones that are trending, those big names.
Amos.
That's the way. That's the way.
Yes, I'm here.
Wait, Mike, you've just written yourself into the history book. Amos, hold on.
I'm here.
No, for him.
Listen, he's a movie maker. Listen, he's a movie maker.
Very well. I know back well.
Hold Mike. All these suggestions he's bringing here, he has to be inside that board. He's in Wazobia Plus, so he's not that he's far from me. He's not, but I'm not in Nigeria. Yes. So hold him, Mike. We got to make this work.
Bros, look, Amos, you are talking to, understands what's up. He knows what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not disputing it, Mike. I'm not disputing it. I'm saying it's true.
We only have to try. These young men that are trending today, they don't send anybody. That's what I'm just trying to say. They don't send anybody.
I'm not disputing that, but I'm saying use the same knowledge, the same expertise to find ways we can work around this. It's good to say work with trending, work. Do I know any of them? Do I even know what they're sounding like?
We know them all.
Me, I don't.
We know them. We know them. We know the one.
Listen. Let me tell you one of them that we know. Let me also tell you why we need to change our attitude. I don't want to start another seminar. Sunday Are was supposed to be in this. Okay? Yeah. Sunday Are, listen. Sunday Are, I don't, this is a formal meeting. Sunday Are was Majek, lived with Majek. Sunday Are.
We know about him now, boss.
Sunday Are viewed everything, spoke with me, but did not register. And I made it clear that anybody who did not register for this symposium will not be able to access.
Bro, you are saying the same thing I've been talking about. You don't have to just come out and just say it. You understand?
You have to come out and say it. Mike, this is a think tank. We are offering solutions. You have to say what you mean.
That up where Sunday Are is now. He will start telling you stories, but there's no harm in trying.
No, but listen, why I brought Sunday Are in is you mentioned. Let me explain. Mike, calm down. Mike, wait so that we can end. Wait, okay. Why I brought Sunday Are in is Sunday Are is managing Whiskey, as I understand, right?
In Nigeria, yes.
Good. So yes. One would have thought that with his relationship with Majek over the years, in short, he narrated. Sunday Are reminded me of one thing that even me didn't remember. Majek's briefcase. Does anybody remember it here? And his Savannah bank check. Does anybody remember it here? Sunday Are reminded me. And we went all of that route, and then you now grow cold feet to be here. Okay? Sunday Are would have been maybe one of your channels to get into the generation you are talking about. But that's not to be. So let's also not leave hope out of this. Let the young people do what they have to do. Let the legal people look at what they have to do. I'm a due process person. I've never said don't give due Go ahead, Amos, please, so that we can end.
Yes. While not trying to defend Sunday Are, permit me to say he's a very busy person that I know.
So you are not busy yourself, Amos?
No. Level of business, though. A lot of impromptu meetings.
Do you want to know the level of my own business?
I understand, but his case is a bit different because of the group of, apart from the whiskey, because of the group of artists he manages.
So
understand.
I'm cutting you deliberately. Amos,
a lot of impromptu meetings.
Amos,
we are doing a lot of see, I'm talking from experience. We are doing a lot of projects together.
Wait, Amos, wait.
And I know the battle I go through.
You. Every day you are updating me with what you are doing with the Koson thing, right? Now,
yes.
In that same vein, somebody like Amos Are that's managing all of these other people, and you don't think that something he could have learned from this symposium to help him? Let's stop giving excuses for people for behaving in ways that are not proper.
That aside, a young Nigerian artist who is based in the US did one of Majek's songs in one of the albums that was released on CBS, Sony Music, and sent it to me. Bros, listen to this. And when I listened, I told him, look, before you go any further, get in touch with Randy, Majek's son. I gave him Randy's contact, and I also sent his contact to Randy, explaining to Randy, look at what is going on, and I've directed this guy to you. And eventually the guy got back to me, said, why is Randy like this? I said, Randy warned him sternly not to go any further, not to do anything with his father's son, that they are not ready yet to do anything with Majek Estate. So under that in that situation, what do we do?
Yeah, but I said it earlier here, Amos, I've proffered a reason, maybe. They are pained, okay? They rightly or wrongly, don't get me wrong, I'm not defending them, but I'm a social scientist. So I'm just saying they are pained by so many things. And it's not a pain that has ended. It's ongoing. There are still things that are. So anybody that know them, Randy, the last time I saw Randy, he was about 8 years old. He can't remember me. You understand? When his father died, I'm the one, I sent him, it was Mike Apo that sent me his number. I called him, he answered. We talked through all of that time of bereavement and all of that. And suddenly, things changed. The same thing with Olu, his elder brother. Okay?
No, don't go there.
No, please, we are here. I'm telling you that I consulted widely over this. So it wasn't just a case of Richie Adewusi.
I know you kept updating me. I know.
I consulted widely, but I've come to understand Randy. I don't understand Olu, and I don't even want to begin to. Okay, so let's leave it. I understand the children. There's a pain. There's, you know, the narrative is what we are trying to address with a symposium like this.
Bros, what did they pay the children? What did they pay them?
Plenty, Mike. Plenty. Look, if you carry that load, you go understand.
Boss.
Excuse me. Majek, who is alive that people know?
Bros, nobody know them. Nobody know them.
And okay, sorry. Black is raising his hand. Please let him speak. And I won't talk again. After Black, I beg, Naomi, just say bye-bye. Let us go. Even myself.
You know they act like Abacha now.
No, which one now? You see person where somebody else is raising. Okay, now Black. Since person where no one show us in face, they call me Abacha. You know one talk before. Go ahead, Black, please.
All right, thank you very much, guys. All these things we are talking about now is like one step forward, two steps backward. Me, I don't consult people when I want to do something. When Majek was doing this Bob Marley song, he didn't talk to any of Bob Marley's estate or person. You know, we'll find fault. We will get there. You see, when we get to the bridge, that's my belief. Because if we start to watch every dog that barks at you, you won't get to where you're going to. Surely dogs must bark at you. You know, so if we have anything doing, when I say I'm going to start this estate, I've not spoken to anybody. I just said it now on this platform. I don't need to tell anybody. I'm not asking you for money. You see, the reason why people are afraid is that maybe you are going to ask for money. We don't have money to give you. It happened to us when we were doing some shows in Lagos I think last February or so. You know, we don't want to put money inside. I say, well, we're not asking you for money, man. We just want to do something for one of our brothers that is gone. You know, most of us here, we're not asking for people's money. I'm not after anybody's money. Personally, I'm not going to beg you for any money. I'm not going to ask you for any to donate for me. I have a property I can put down for Majek Fashek. Personally, my mother told me that your friend is a very good boy. He was good to me. When you were not home, he will always come through, pass through, give him. So everything, my mother, I love my mother, man. My friends are my mother's children. Those who want to be my mother's child, they are. You know, my mother knows my friends. They can go there and sleep while I'm not there at all. My mother will make sure she treats them right the way she would treat me. So it's not that I don't respect them. I respect them. All those brothers. I said, Randy was me. It's me that Randy calls Bob Marley. Sometimes he will go and stay outside and be watching to see if he will see me coming from far. And once he sees me, he's going to run inside. Bob Marley is coming. Bob Marley is coming. Bob Marley is coming. Yes. You know, but I know everybody's different now. They are all big. I haven't seen him since 1989. I don't think I saw him 89 at Majek's place at off Ale Avenue. I don't think, or maybe I saw him briefly, you know. So we're not going to consult too many people because they will spoil your idea. They will bring it down. They will, you know, things don't work with so many cooks in the kitchen. You don't make good food. So what I'm trying to say is that with this foundation that I'm trying to set up, money is not going to go to me. I'm going to put chunk of the money in there. But I'm going to make it look like it's everybody's idea, everybody's money inside. Anything we want to do is this foundation that is doing it. It's for the people. Where you want to carry the money go? They hide money, they go buy Ferrari. You know? Those are the ideas. Me, I'm not going to consult. I don't consult people. This platform, I just said this now because I want to just say it. Me, personally, I'm supposed to get royalty from that Majek Fashek album. He told us that time it was the group's album. We were doing our album with Jastix.
Jastix.
Yes. Majek said, okay, this is our own. Now let's just do it our own. Me, I love Majek Fashek, so I can do anything for him. Not even before my mother told me what she said. You know, I've loved Majek, and you know, from the beginning, from my very first day I met him, I loved him already, so I can do anything for him. I know how much I spent when I met him in 2009. You know, so it's not about money. I'm not going to ask anybody. It's when people think that you are going to ask them money, then they start to think, oh, no, we don't want to go there. No, they will come and ask us money now. I don't even know how much you got. I don't even know if you got money. So me, I'm not after that. I'm just after, but I just want us to do this thing privately. When we get to that Tabansi record side, we will cross the bridge. You know, Selassie, I say, well, you don't cross a crocodile before you cross the river. You know?
Okay, thank you so very much. Over to you, Natalie. Thank you. We will still be
Thank you,
meeting. I
esteemed
have
guests.
everybody's number. I appreciate you guys. Okay.
Thank you, esteemed guests, followers, viewers, lovers of Majek. I would like to express our gratitude to everyone who graced us with their presence and contributions. The keynote speaker, our book reviewer who is unavoidably absent, other speakers, everyone who shared their experiences and views. As we conclude, we thank God for a successful event and pray He sees us through our personal endeavors. We hope to see you at our next edition in June 2026 with the theme Religion and Politics. Finally, to everyone who registered and attended the symposium, we'll be getting an e-copy of Majek Fashek TRAILBLAZER through their emails. Thank you once again on behalf of Nostalgia Media team and Wazobia Plus Center Canada. Thank you and have a lovely night.
God bless. Bless up. Bye-bye.
God bless you.
Okay, bye-bye.
Good
Thank
night.
you all. Thank you
Thank you
guys.
so much.
Appreciate you. Thank you.
Good night.
Bye. Bye.